like a mic. I've got a nosebleed. I remember when it was the nosebleeds. Now they captured the fashion with slow seats. I'm a whole king. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. Are you ready? Okay, say no more. She's a Lotus and I'm the conductor of
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store.
Show you how to be a star. Yeah, pull up with a baddie in a fancy car. How to party like a rock star and play guitar like a superstar. Yeah, and I'm so tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far, far. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to shine bright. Let me show you how to raise a bar, how to go large, how to take it too far. Let me show you how to show up and show out and surf the crowd. Trust me, you ain't never seen nothing like this. You ain't never been to a show like this. I'ma give you something to remember forever. So tired of them playing with me. Yeah, pushing my buttons, this ain't no game to me. Yeah, ain't got time to be explaining me. Yeah, I'ma just take over the game, baby. Yeah, let me show you how to be a star. Let me show you how to go far.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, and they are in full roar as you get a look inside Lumen Field in Seattle. Ahead will decide the second entrant to next week's NFC title game as we've got a great one in store between the New York Giants and the Seattle Seahawks. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some room to roam now. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. So much for staying ahead of the chains with a 3 or 4 yard gain on first down. They moved the chains with a nice little run.
Yeah, they're making the chain gang hustle a little bit to try and keep up, aren't they? Because a lot of the first series of games are scripted. Many times to probe and find some holes in the defense. Sometimes you attack with some big-time runs, too.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
On 2nd and 9, Murray. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Murray off play action. He finds his target, Beckham. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Excellent effort defensively by him. 2 tackles for a loss last week, now 1 here in the first quarter.
He's an absolute disruptor, isn't he? And I think most offenses would love to go against guys who just want to hold the point of attack and try and keep things clean for their linebackers. But when they make those moves and they can get upfield, past the offensive line into the backfield, that's hard to handle.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Murray now. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already, I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Myers' kick is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and that was just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Hustling through to break that play up, Max Crosby.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down in the game.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Khalil Mack. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, Jamie Gillen on to punt for the Giants. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Pulled in at the 24. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Murray now to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence collapses the pocket and drops him for a loss of 3.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
To throw, it's Murray. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They go with Jacobs, and I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it, and that will force a turnover on downs. Mixon with a first down carry. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Fields. Over the middle, caught by Bellinger. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Inside handoff to Mixon. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place.
And this is going to be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points are given away? It could cost them a ball game.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Murray's throw caught here by Metcalf. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Well, that's good for a first down. There's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the 45 on second down. Murray, this one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route.
Murray has it knocked loose. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and Giants touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that's a great play for that defensive unit. Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points CD.
Yeah, if you're into
double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those back.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Max Crosby charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
41 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of people are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Meanwhile, Murray's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Murray. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Here's Jacobs. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Josh Jacobs taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Seahawks will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 10-7. Kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on a flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
They snap it to Fields. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. Murray now on first down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And the Seahawks are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
A final shot before half from Murray. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. A final shot before break. Murray. End zone caught. Touchdown Seattle. Hunter Renfrow as time expires in the first half. And the Seahawks will extend their lead on the final play and a half. You knew time was going to run out, so this had to be in the end zone, and somehow they were able to find a window and get it done.
Very easy for us to talk about up here that, yes, all that had to happen, but when time's running down, sometimes your brain compresses a little bit too. They show great poise, understanding of situation, making sure they got to the end zone in order to complete that pass and take a nice momentum into the locker room.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the short catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. To this point, they delivered.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On 2nd and 10, Fields, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hit it on 3rd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Antoine Woods able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. After the sack here, 2nd and 11. Now it's Fields. Looking for Shepard deep. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Seahawks will take over here at their own 12-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
On 1st and 10, here's Murray. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Murray. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and he tackled him for a loss.
Murray fighting, lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Here's Fields. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And the Giants are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll give it to Mixon, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Another try for Mixon, and he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Gano the extra point, and the lead down to 10, 24-14. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen. Steal possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. 2nd and 10. Play fake. Murray. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Azeez Ojulari able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, finding Jefferson. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 12-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Murray. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are moving closer to a date now in the NFC Championship game as they're able to extend this fourth-quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make this a three-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their hopes of advancing past this divisional round hanging by a thread, if that, as they begin here with a 1st and 10 on the wrong side of the scoreboard. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now Fields. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've only converted once in 4 tries. Here it's 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he is going to have the Giants' 1st down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk, 17 yards there on 4th down. Throwing again is Fields. And that's complete to Shepard. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should.
Touchdown! Jalen Waddle, 37 yards. And the Giants have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And now 1st downs are key. They want to keep that clock moving up by 2 scores as they try to cement their place in the conference championship round in 1 week's time. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
From the 25 on 2nd down, Murray, and the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the 1st. Now Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the 4th quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Out of the gun, Fields. He completes this to Sutton. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A shotgun snap, Fields. And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed, and in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Gano the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. Oh, were the Giants able to recover? Yes. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
On first down, Fields. Escaping the pressure right. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and it'll bring up a second and short. On the delay, it's Mixon. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Nice job there finding room to maneuver, and he worked his way into another first down. And look, they had great field position to start, but boy, they've done a nice job taking advantage of it.
Now they're just hoping to cap it off. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on first and goal. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Here's Fields. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Here's Mixon. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And with 4 seconds remaining, they will call the timeout. So just enough of a cushion there to bring on the field goal unit and try to send this one to the extra session. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. 4 seconds to go. This would send us to overtime. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this one will not work out. It is incomplete. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs, move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got...
Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental with a